Hello, Coaching the Brave community. I am standing and sitting at my desk right now with the window open, and I can just feel the breeze coming in, and you can just tell that autumn is coming. It is the end of August in BNW, and as you know, summers don't really last long here. So it's already feeling like the chill is coming, and I don't know, a big orange sweater might be in my future. So I'm really, I don't know, just thinking about cozying up with a nice blanket and some coffee. And I need just to relax. I need to go camping. Does anybody else crave nature when it comes to autumn and just cozy weather, like campfires and just coffee? I could go everywhere with coffee, anywhere. Anyway, okay, so that's my imagery for today. I'm not very good at that. Setting a mood or it, just envisioning things. I'm not really good at that, but I'm getting better and I'm trying, and that's the good thing. So today's topic is going to be on accountability because a lot of us struggle with procrastination and we say we're going to do something and then we don't. And then we have shame and guilt after that. So I want to kind of share with you not some ways to, get rid of the shame and guilt or the procrastination. That's not where today is going to be led. Today is more going to be led towards what accountability is and how you can ask for it to kind of get out of that. And that's the role of the coach. It's not to dwell in the past or dwell in the negative. The role of the coach is to help you get to where you want to be, right? So we're going to touch base on what not being accountable does to a psyche or the person, but we're not going to dwell there because we don't need to research that. We don't need to dissect that part. We want to go further and we want to progress and we actually want to get things done. Okay. So I will admit to you that I am the first one to not have a routine and not stick to it. As much as I say I want to have a routine and I will stick to it, I'm a gypsy and I go wherever I want to. I follow the wind. Okay. Like I am right now in front of my window with the breeze hitting my face. And that's just me. I, for some reason, just don't follow too much of a routine. And that's okay. Accountability is not a routine. Accountability is something that you do with either yourself or with one other person or with a multitude of other people. Accountability is a way of staying on the course with support, with consistency, with motivation, and with a safe environment where your brain and your nervous system feels like it can thrive and continue growing in that space. Accountability is not just checking in with someone and saying, hey, I did this today. Thanks for listening. Accountability is a little bit more than that. And it's not one-sided. It could be double-sided. It could be multi-sided. Or it can be individual. But it's not one person to another, and that one person is the one that says everything, and that's it. We're done. Okay, asking for accountability. And to be quite honest, I want to give you an example of certain aspects to where some people would want to be accountable for something. Let's say you are a client of a coach and you're coming to that coach because you want to start going to the gym on a regular basis. So you set up your goals with the coach and the coach is like, okay, cool. What is important about going to the gym for you? And you tell them like, hey, I just want to lose weight, or I want to build muscle, or I want to support my skeletal system as I age because I know that women are prone to osteoporosis. Cool. That right there is a huge reason why you want to stay going to the gym. We want to find that intrinsic motivation that will help you to stay consistent. That is the role of the coach. So when the coach says, "Oh, well, how important is it for you to support your skeletal system?" Oh, it's very important because I don't want to have broken bones. I want to be able to keep up with my kids, or I want to be able to travel after I retire, or the oh, the desires and the dreams are endless, right? To not want to be at home and stuck in the house all the time and worried about, oh, am I going to move wrong or something? Is just an example, and that is so important for them to be with their children or to travel the world and be able to do all those things, right? When we talk about accountability, that is the root reason why. Because we have clarity on the understanding and the vision of where we're going, why we want it, how we're going to get there. That right there is the key to accountability. I wanted to wait until the very end, but I got to it. Okay. Another idea could be at work. If you have a deadline you want to get at work, and you want a quota to get to, and you have to have a certain amount of sales, or you have to have a certain amount of reaching out to other partners, and you want to be able to do that in a specific time frame. So how do you get there? You either ask your team to help you, or you communicate, you ask for help, you communicate with others, or what else do you do, right? There are other steps that you can take as far as individually. You can set timers, you can set alarms, you can give yourself a reward for after you've reached out to so many people. Okay. Tracking all of that is a way of building the habit to successful accountability. And let's say that you are creating this plan for a whole family reunion, and you are the matriarch or the patriarch that the family relies on, and the pressure's on you, and you are planning this thing for everyone. Well, you have a certain time, right? Let's say you have a year. You want to be able to get all your ducks in a row, so you know that your family's strengths are what. Who, let's say Uncle Joe has this strength of, he's strong, or cousin Tommy has, good communication skills. So you're going to ask him for communicating to others in the family about what you just did, so that everybody's on the same page. That is all accountability. And when you talk about communicating, that is a whole different ball game. You want to make sure that it's a positive interaction, that it's motivating, and it's going to get you empowered to do the thing and to actually accomplish it. Accountability can also be two friends calling each other at a certain time of day and just saying, "Hey, what did you do today? Give me your updates. What do you want to do? And what is the goal to get there?" And that's a back and forth conversation, which I've actually done with my best friend. And this is something that has helped us for a month now, which is great. And it's continuing to lead on to more progressive business efforts on the both of us. So she has her own business, I have my own business, and we're just going at it hard, and we're getting stuff done. We're also feeling a higher vibration of support and accountability for each other. And we're able then to have more of a positive experience for our people coming in, whether they're clients or whether they are teammates as well. So, thinking about that kind of accountability. Now, let's say you are a stay at home parent and your accountability is to just be there for your children and for your home and really give yourself that self care that you haven't. Maybe you have neglected yourself for a few years now, and you've had a very good routine with keeping your home organized, and you have a great routine with that, but just your self-care is just a little bit off. So in that case, I've been there. I remember not really having too much of a support network there because I was a stay-at-home mom and I was secluded away from the community of other military spouses. I lived like outside of the post, and there wasn't a lot of military active. There was more retired. And I was raising two kids, and my husband would leave a lot. And so that aspect, I had my family, my mom and dad, but it was different, right? It wasn't I'm going to sit down with my girlfriend and we're just going to bash it out and say, okay, well, hey girl, we just vented and now it's time to pick up the pieces and let's go. Right? No, it was more like I felt alone. I felt like nobody understood me. I felt a little sad, you know? So in those situations, accountability, I want to stress to you that a journal could really help in that situation. Having a really good sit down moment with yourself and writing it down, all of your fears, all of your worries, all of your anxieties, all of your aspirations, all of your ideas, all the things that you do already. Write that all down, be creative, and, give yourself a safe space in your home where only you go. It could be the outside, the porch on the outside. It could be a nice little oasis that you make for yourself in the yard. It could be your closet, for goodness sake. My closet was my office for the longest time, and I made it my own. I know it sounds a little pathetic, but it's what you make of it. It's the situation of what and how you make your ideal situation work for you. And if you have vision and clarity and understanding of that vision and of that clarity, you will freaking succeed. Okay? You will have that higher vibration and you will come out of the darkness. And remember, you are the epitome of the 5 people that you hang out with most. So if you are hanging out with 5 people or even 2 people that are dwelling in their trauma or dwelling in their worries and anxieties and they're consistent with the same story over and over on a loop, you might want to reevaluate that as well, because that does not help you with accountability and growth. That helps you stay where you are. It helps you also to be in that loop. So think about that when you're wanting to break out and do something new and be accountable in a very healthy way. Okay. Now, I do have some ideas for not only creating your safe space, but also so you can feel it internally. As you all know, I'm holistic, so I don't have a lot of supplements as far as pharmaceuticals and things like that. But I do dabble in oils and I do dabble with grounding outside barefooted and the air with the minerals and the water and the ions and all of that. So when you find yourself in the situation of maybe I just want to be alone and I don't want that accountability on an outsourced manner or with a partner or a multitude of people, consider going to a safe environment where there are people. You're not alone, but there are people around. And for instance, a park that has trees where you can be mindful and listen to the wind blowing through the tree leaves, and or a waterfall where you can listen to the water falling or even trickling down the rocks. mossy rocks or something. Um, Also, oils help. Okay, there are a few oils that I like to incorporate in my life, which are adaptive because I have ADHD. And so sometimes, yes, grounding helps me, but I have to concentrate a little bit harder when I get into that not so flow state, when I get into that hyper anxious kind of chaotic mindset where the house is a little bit of mess and I need to focus, and it's hard to focus on that one thing. So the adaptive oil from doTERRA, actually, I will smell that and I'll put it on my skin, and then I'll go outside and ground myself. I'll smell it again, and it takes the edge off just that much where I can allocate myself and concentrate on that one next step. Now, if I'm already working and I find myself that I am concentrated and I'm good, I will actually set off on the diffuser anchor because it has steady aspects to it where I can consistently stay in that flow state. So if these are some oils that you're interested in, go ahead and look at my show notes and you can schedule an appointment there with me. That way we can see what is exactly going on with you, where you feel a little bit out of sorts and accountability is just not there. Okay, again, the role of the coach, what I do with my clients is I look at the positive aspect and what is to come for that person, not what has happened with that person. So we're going to start from where you are. I'm going to meet you where you're at, and then we're going to go from there. And I'm going to help you with the motivation to find that intrinsic impulse that's going to help you keep going. And then we're going to make little baby steps so that way you can concentrate on one action at a time, which are your action steps. And then we'll check in the next week. And then you will talk to me about some obstacles and challenges that you go through because they happen. This is life. It's going to happen. And we get preoccupied and we don't stick to it. And that is another reason why I'm here talking to you about accountability. All right. So if you enjoyed this conversation today, reach out to me and tell me, or share it with a friend and, tell them, hey, this girl is amazing and she can help you and you guys can help each other and blah, blah, blah. Military spouses, active duty veterans, I want to stress this so much that you are not alone. And this is why I created this podcast, to help you feel empowered with a sense of hope and positivity and find your happy. Just find it. One little thing. It could be a speck on the wall that makes you smile. Again, with the imagery. Yovi, come on. Anyway, I'm trying here, guys. So I love each and every one of you, and I hope that you are inspired today, and I hope that you can have a wonderful weekend. And again, message me, find me on Instagram, Iovanna Chase Coaches, and share this. Don't forget to follow it. Oh, one more thing. I'm so excited. My birthday is September 28th. So at the all month in September, I will be giving away prizes. Yay, prizes. So some will be my mom's earrings that she made. She is a military spouse, retired, and she dealt with depression for a very long time. And she's just finally finding herself and getting out and doing things that she didn't think that she would be able to find joy in. Well, she was eating pistachios at one point in her life, and she just found that she was eating so many, and she looked at the shells and she's like, why do we throw these out? And she just got inspired, guys. Can you believe that? She got inspired by pistachios. So she started making these earrings, and they're just so beautiful. They have leather around it, and they have little shells on it, and they are themselves the shells as well. So take a look at some of my Instagram reels and you'll see that I am wearing some. And if you like those, put down in the comments that you like them, and, follow me, click click the subscribe button so you hear all of my podcasts whenever they come out. And at the end of each week, I'm going to be bringing out a poll, and I'm going to be giving away a set of earrings to possibly two of you. It depends on how many people sign up for listening to my podcast. Okay. Also, Starbucks gift cards. Who doesn't want a pumpkin spice latte in this autumn season? Who doesn't? Or a spice chai? Oh, okay. I'm getting too excited right now. Follow and share. I'm just teasing right now that I will be giving away things in September. So for now, share, follow, and listen. That way you can feel inspired and positivity and just overall enlightenment. All right? I'm not going to bore you with anything else. I love you all, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks for listening.